Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to learn about matching texture transitions. These are a pretty cool method to change from one scene to a different complete scene just by using texture. This specific transition requires a lot of pre-production because you actually have to get those shots in the exact same ways and they have to match, otherwise they just don't work. Before we start editing, let's download Filmora 12. Click the link below, click download, install it, and now you're ready to follow along this tutorial. You can create this effect pretty much anywhere in any way you like. You just have to know how to do it and when to do it. For this example, we're going to use 2 camera shots and then we're going to use 2 drone shots. Remember, whatever you're shooting, wherever you're shooting, have that shutter speed double your frame rate to make sure you get a nice seamless cinematic blur. Let's start with the camera shots. As you can see, we got some underwater wave crashing, and the second is a time lapse of some clouds. You might think, how do we match these 2 shots? It's very easy. When a wave crashes underwater, the turbulence they create underwater, it's actually very similar to clouds. So what we're going to do is find the moment that it looks the most similar. We're going to zoom in a little bit and then we're going to find the clouds, match the texture because they actually look very similar. And then once you match the texture, you can play back and it is actually pretty smooth. But to adjust even more, to make it even more seamless, what we're going to do is add a dissolve effect. This can be actually very cliche, but if you utilize the dissolve effect in the right way, it can actually make a seamless transition. I always recommend to add this and to shrink it down to 1 to 2 frames max. The more frames you add within the dissolve effect, the less nice it's gonna look. And if you have like 1 frame per each video, so 2 frames in total, usually that's the best one. If still looks a bit jittery, maybe try in 2 and 2 or 3 and 3, but don't go over 3 because then it just looks like a dissolve effect. Another way of doing this, like in this case, is using 2 drone shots. Both drone shots are looking down and panning up, which is a very easy transition to do. As you can see, the first shot has got ocean, the second's got snow, nothing to go with each other. But what we're gonna do is taking the first shot, find the right moment where it's starting to pan up, and then we're gonna get the second shot, find the right moment when it starts to pan up, put them together, and the motion blur created by the perfect shutter angle, that's why I mentioned it before, will ease this transition out so much better. Tiny bit of speed ramp just to make this transition super smooth, because if we use a dissolve here, it's just not gonna work because the texture are too far away, it just doesn't look good. So let's go into the speed ramping tab, and Filmora has made this the easiest thing in the world. You can pick a pre-made one, you can make your own ones. Usually I like to pick a pre-made one for this example, like a fade in and a fade out, and then I customize it to my likings. Once you're happy with the speed ramp, now it's time to add a dissolve effect just to make it look even better. Usually when I speed ramp, I never add more than a 1 frame dissolve effect, so keep it under 1 frame. So make sure you don't overdo again the dissolve effect. And you're done. As I said before, you can do this effect with absolutely any shot. You just have to think this through, think it before you go out shooting, and try and create your own transitions without drag and drop plugins. That's it for this lesson. I'll see you guys in the next video.